Hey, Cicerofam. On Sunday, we announced a very exciting project that is going to take us through the next 8 weeks. Through some time of prayer and fasting, our leadership has decided that the time has come for us to break the chains of debt that are weighing our church down. For the last 20 years, this church has carried the debt on this facility and the land. As recently as 7 years ago, that debt set at over $2 million. But because of God's incredible provision to our church family and the generosity of individuals like you, we've paid off almost $2 million of debt in 7 years. It's remarkable what God has done and how He's used you to do that. So we owe $208,000 as of today. That $208,000 is holding us back. We believe that God has been at work among us, that He is reaching people through the ministry of Cicero Christian Church and through individuals like you, and that He has teed us up in our community to do a lot more. Even though we know that there are many people that are coming to Christ and becoming a part of irresistible community because of what God's doing among us, there are still 5,000 people in our region, just within a short drive of Cicero Christian Church, who are not attending church anywhere and possibly don't know Jesus at all. This is our mission. This is what God has put us here for in our community, so that we can invite everyone to life with Jesus. So as long as there are 5,000 people in our community who need to hear the gospel, we have a lot of work to do. And we're convinced that our debt is holding us back. That when we break those chains of debt, we will be set free to see more people become disciples of Jesus who are making more disciples of Jesus. So, it's time. We're going to break those chains of debt. As some of you heard on Sunday, we have already raised over $25,000 towards this project. And that's just from a handful of people who know what we're trying to do and who believe in the mission that God has put in front of our church family. So we've got a great head start, but we want everyone to participate. We want everyone to be a chain breaker. We know that Jesus Christ is the ultimate chain breaker. He breaks the chains of sin and death that hold every person back from living the life that God created them for and for being prepared for the eternity that God has called us to. Jesus is the ultimate chain breaker. But I'm convinced there are a lot of other chains that hold people back. Sometimes people have life situations that prevent them from really engaging with the gospel of Jesus. Sickness in their family, financial stress, family stress. When we care for others, we can break those chains and set them free to pursue a relationship with Christ. Others are carrying baggage from a bad church experience. They encountered an obnoxious or judgmental Christian, or they were a part of a very unhealthy church, and so they walked away. And maybe you've had that experience, and maybe you're just coming back. And so you know how important it is for us to connect with people on a personal level and to show them who God really is by the way we love others. So we can break those chains as well, just by connecting with people, by being real and vulnerable and honest and loving and kind. Other people have a sense of contentment in their lives that kind of rules out the need for Jesus. They feel like they have a good job and a good family and things are going well, so I don't really need Jesus. And what they've forgotten is that there's no one good enough to gain access to the Father on their own. Everyone needs Jesus. And for those folks, we need to challenge them to look at their lives differently, to see things from God's perspective and understand that He loves them, that He wants a relationship with them, but they're going to have to take a step to choose to follow Jesus. And so we can challenge people to do that. We can break those chains that are holding them back as well. From day one at this church, I've been excited about what I see God doing in this community. God is working, and He's invited us to join Him in breaking chains for people all over our community. So we need to pay this debt off so that we can be about the business of the kingdom. We invite you to be a chain breaker. You can do that by giving to this project. We have envelopes available here at the church office. There probably is one in your mailbox this week. And you can use that envelope. You can go online to cicerochristianchurch.org, click on the Give tab, and you can give right there online. It's very safe and secure. Just designate that gift to the Unleashed Project. When you do this, you are contributing to seeing people set free from the chains that bind them so that they can hear and respond to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I just want to ask you to pray about this. Would you take a minute, maybe even right now, and just say, God, is this something worth investing in? Is this something that you want me to invest the resources that you've given me into this project? And maybe God says no. Maybe God says, no, not at this time. This is not the best use of your money. And if so, that's fine. And you can, with a clear conscience, you can support us through prayer, but not financially. But maybe when you pray this prayer, God says, yes, this is something that you should invest in. Maybe this is something that you should sacrifice for. And if that's what God says, then all you have to do is be obedient and do so joyfully, knowing that your contribution is breaking chains for our church family to reach more people with the gospel of Jesus. If you have any questions, please contact me through the church office. I'd love to sit down and talk to you about this. I love you all. I pray that you be covered in the dust of your rabbi. And don't forget to pray for one. See ya.